It might well have been a little nick, judging from the actions and reactions of the players. And what a triumph that would have been for Mike Gatting to bring himself on after Dilley had gone off the field and pick up that very important wicket. 131 to JAVED MIANDAD, 64 to SALIM MALIK, and they're within 5 runs of establishing a new 4th wicket record for Pakistan against England. 7 more runs were added to take Pakistan up to that 297 for 3, and the bowlers had to work very hard today. Botham, I thought, was the best. 2 for 71 in 22 overs and 4 maidens. Didn't seem to me to have a great deal of good fortune out there. The other wicket to Dilley, who came back well despite that injury he suffered, the unusual one when that pigeon flew across the pitch when he was in delivery stride. The spinners a little disappointing. Some spin there for Embury before lunch, but it did disappear in the final 2 sessions. None for 69 for him and none for 50 for Philippe Edmonds. For JAVED MIANDAD, it was a great triumph. First century against England. He hit 5 against New Zealand. He's had 4 against Australia, 4 against India and 1 against Sri Lanka. But today, a really memorable moment for him, his first Test match century against England. Well, in the first over, Salim Malik picked up 2 runs to bring up the 150 partnership and take the score along to 299. Here he is now, facing the last ball of that over. Ian Botham is the bowler.
300 up then for Pakistan. The last 50 coming off 94 balls, so that's a little bit quicker than the previous one. I think we might even see quicker than that if these 2 aren't dismissed quite quickly. Graham Dilley's going to be bowling to a similar field to Ian Botham. 3 slips gully, cover mid-off, mid-on, and the man just behind square rather than the mid-wicket, what Botham has, and a long leg. Four runs. Little leg glance there, just down. Graham Dilley just erring a little bit down the leg side again. But when the total reached 302, that was a new 4th wicket record for Pakistan versus England of 154. And that's 4 more runs there to JAVED MIANDAD. Both of them just again erring on that leg stump. All the Pakistan players are very strong off that leg stump.
Need 2 wicket keepers there. Nothing French could do about that. It was a good delivery from Dilley. He was sensibly and correctly going slightly to his right.
Yes, and a real piece of luck this for JAVED MIANDAD, sort of going back, forward, across, leaving a gap, a little inside edge, and that must have missed the leg stump by a whisker.
.150 for JAVED MIANDAD.
Fine innings continuing. He hasn't been quite as fluent this morning, but Salim Malik has taken over that role.
.350 up.
Phil Edmonds bowling from the pavilion end. And a glorious cut again. He really does play that stroke beautifully, does MIANDAD. And there'll be another 3 in it there.
Well, you won't see a better square cut than this. Everything's right. Look at that, wrists rolling over, crisp timing.
Well, Salim Malik couldn't help scoring in the first half hour. Every time he put back to ball, there were runs. But since he's got on 99, doesn't seem to be one anywhere. Well, he's made it this time, and he's delighted, absolutely delighted. Obviously, a bit of pressure in there, but he's over the moon at the moment. And he has played particularly well this morning. Getting a great reception here from what's just about a full house now. Good crowd here at the Oval. And congratulations there from JAVED. Having a change at the pavilion. John Embry taking over from Phil Edmonds. And the England over rate's got to be maintained reasonably good, because I would think a spinner's going to be born at one end at least most of the day. Well, I thought at first that MIANDAD made really good contact with that. He got to go high up the bat, but it's still gone for 6 runs straight. Well, SALIM MALIK there trying to hit it on the up. Flat batting it, not quite timing it, and the ball just going pretty reasonably steady to David Gower at cover.
Well, that's the end of a partnership which added 234, and he effectively sealed the match really and put it out of England's reach. But fine innings. Imran Khan, skipper, coming now to join his vice-captain, so we've got the dressing room think tank out there together.
That's the fall of the wicket. Trying to flat bat it there, pretty wide delivery, good length, and just a gentle catch to David Gower. Well, that's not a bad way to get off the mark. In both and pitching short. Imran Khan going for the pull. A long run there for Neil Radford. 3 runs taken.
Well, a reversal of the action on that Saturday evening at Edgbaston, where Imran whacked one in and Botham promptly hooked it away. And there we are, first ball.
And that's what he thinks of that. Straight into the crowd over long on. No trouble at all.
Well, the captain's come to impose himself.
Nicely played. Robinson will need to be quick there. It's the 3 runs to JAVED. 400 for 4. 183 to JAVED, 12 to Imran. And very well they're going too. It looks to be the start of an ominous partnership. Imran Khan started off with a real bang, but he's gone steadily along to this point. 6 more added up to the luncheon interval to take it along to 406 for 4. No fun for the England bowlers this morning, although they kept Pakistan quiet in the first hour. Pakistan got away from them a little in the second. 3 wickets to Botham and the 1 to Dilly. So it was all Pakistan again this morning. We pick it up now with the second ball of the 3rd over after the luncheon break. Just 2 more runs have been added, and it's John Embry coming in to bowl to JAVED MIANDAD. And that's just short of Ian Botham. Good attempt. Not many like that have come England's way. Just a bit short, but good anticipation. He hits. Well, they got a single, but it was worth the go. I think Dilly gave Moxon a half sideways look there when he knew it had cost him a run, but it might well have taken the wicket.
Well, JAVED's refusal shows there wasn't a run there. Would have been extremely close with a hit. Good bit of fielding. But JAVED and IMRAN can't quite get onto the same running between the wicket wavelength yet.
That's just in front of Bruce French. There was a slower ball, so it was less likely to carry.
Well, that's twice since lunch that Graham Dilley's got past the bat on the outside. He really has bowled extremely well in this session. Just not getting through to Bruce French.
And change of bowling at the Vauxhall end. Ian Botham taking over from Graham Dilley. And straight away over pitching a little bit, and MIANDAD again off his legs, very powerful, 4 runs to mid-wicket.
That takes JAVED to just 1 run away from what will be his 4th double 100 for Pakistan.
And that's the 200 for JAVED MIANDAD. Beautifully played. His 4th innings above 200. And they've been made. His second 100 was his first 200. His 10th is the 14th and 15th. 4 double hundreds. That's the Pakistan balcony, all the members of the team and supporters, and really a tremendous performance. Both of them playing for a bit of punishment, again trying the bouncer, and MIANDAD hooking that down square, no problem at all.
Yes, I think one of the problems is that Botham's bowling to a split field here, 4 and 5, and there's no margin for error at all on this pitch. But how close he was to getting a wicket there. Bent his back a little bit more and hurried that one through, getting a little bit of bounce there. JAVED getting back to give it a real crack, but falling away as he's playing the shot.
Both of them just have a pitching there, and IMRAN Khan very quickly into that through extra cover.
Change in the attack. Ian Botham having a rest, and Phil Edmonds going to continue the attack from the Vauxhall end.
.450 up, 450 for 4. And surprisingly, the last 50 came off 155 balls, which is the slowest 50 of the whole innings. Just showing how much IMRAN Khan is intent on grinding England in down there. IMRAN going for the big one here and catching an outside edge, but luckily just clearing cover.
Beautifully placed. Radford is the fielder.
Marvellous running there. They've run 4. Beautiful stroke. JAVED just waiting for that one that's drifting down the leg side and clipping it beautifully through mid-wicket there. Super shot. Very, very high-class batting.
Well bowled again. In the end, JAVED adjusted well to it, the fact that the ball spun back from outside his off stump.
Yes, he was looking to hit that one square.
Just about through that spot, I should think.
Yes, the big difference was that was a little bit shorter, and he had all the time in the world to get in position. No pace in this pitch for the spinners.
Great stroke.
That is the 100 partnership. Now we have another change in the attack. We have a new England bowler, Martin Moxon. He's coming into the attack. He bowls gentle medium pace.
Pleasure there for that section of the crowd, and appreciation from all over for the half-century for the Pakistan captain. Gatting is to come on from the pavilion end.
I wonder if those three England selectors ever thought that they'd be seeing the England bowling in the hands of Mike Gatting and Martin Moxon before tea on the second day.
Up for Pakistan, and just 4 wickets down. Different colour, that 5, different from the other figures there.
Just wonder what colour 6 they've got there, because I have a feeling we might see it.
This is the 86th over, so the new ball is available. Mike Gatting hasn't taken it immediately. Martin Moxon himself have been bowling since tea. Interested to see if he does take it the next over. An attempted bouncer. Got a bit of pace into it, but unfortunately the direction was wrong. The most distance there was to Bruce French. I think he was in the most problem.
Yes, not a very nice one for him to take. He did very well to get his gloves on it.
Semi-edge again there, and another long chase for John Embry, but he won't stop it this time. And that's 250 for MIANDAD. Marvellous innings, marvellous piece of concentration, running between the wickets, always working away. A generous round of applause from this full house here at the Oval. Mike Gatting now then probably decide to take the new ball. Graham Dilley is going to bowl from the Vauxhall end. And a brilliant piece of fielding there by Phil Edmonds. A full square cut there by MIANDAD, but a full-length dive to his right. Beautiful piece of fielding. Oh, that's a cracking square drive, 4 runs. And that's Imran Khan's highest score against England, beating the 67 previously made at Headingley. A beautiful pull shot there, not bothering to try and get inside it and pull it to square leg, just leaning back and hitting it over long on for 4.
Shows that anything short I've got all the time in the world.
But Ian Botham to continue now from the pavilion end. Oh, that was a fine delivery. And at 253, you can get the ball past the bat like that, you do pretty well.
Well, my goodness. You'd think he'd get a nick on it. Really. Very good delivery, just moved away off the seam.
It's a nice shot for Imran. Gadding has to chase there. He's going to get away from him down the hill. Once again, a delightful stroke from the Pakistan captain.
Yes, Imran's concentration not wavering at all. Just a turn of the wrists there. A shot of timing there.
Good shot.
Well, Imran's eye is now in. Whether he's in the 90s or not, if there's a ball there that he fancies, then full treatment. Look at the lovely footwork here. Across. Bang. 99.
100 in what he says will be his last test match. A great performance from Imran Khan. Beautiful innings. Marvellous moment from him. Applause from JAVED, from his teammates. 101 not out, 10 fours and a 6.
The first signs of fallibility and tiredness perhaps now coming for JAVED. That was a useful delivery.
There's a beautiful shot. Even though he is 255 and has gone to 259 with that stroke, that was masterly effort.
There goes JAVED. He came into bat yesterday at 5 minutes to 12. He's batted through every session in this match. And he's gone to one of the most innocuous deliveries of the lot. Well, that's the game of cricket, but what a marvellous innings. It's the 4th highest test innings ever played on this ground. And really a marvellous example of technique, temperament, application. Faultless innings in every possible way. And again, Dilley only came off about 6 running strides there and hardly believe that the ball's come back. And suddenly that injured ankle, that goes down hard. He's not going to miss that one.
573 for 5. Graham Dilley looks as though he's leaving the field now. Damien D'Oliveira has come on. Dilley has done that ankle again, the one injured yesterday when the pigeon flew across in front of him. Cruel luck for him and for the team.
Each is off the mark with 2 there. And there was a thought that maybe Wasim Akram might have come in for this last 45 minutes. They've given it a bit of a go. And that's a beautiful stroke. Half volley there by Ian Botham. He just really played that absolutely beautiful. Foot right to the ball, good follow through, and the ball speeding away to the cover boundary.
Well, we've already seen in this series what a talented player Ijaz is, and just look at that.
Embrew the ball.
Well, it's a good stroke, but John be a bit annoyed. There's nobody at all on the offside behind square, and he can't afford to be cut. And running forward, and that could be out. And yes, magnificent piece of fielding by Imbotham. Took the ball short of the wicket and threw the stumps down at the bowler's end. Well, it takes something like that to change a game.
Here you can see the square cut. Beautiful shot. And Ijaz sets off like a bullet. There they are running. You can see how fast he's running. He turns. Imran a little bit slow turning. Realises he's in trouble. Ian Botham out of picture. You can't see him, but he throws that ball, knocks the middle stump out. Magnificent piece of thinking and throwing.
Yes, and Imran will be annoyed with himself because he was going to the safe end. There's no way he should have been run out there, but obviously not going for the runs as hard as Ijaz and thinking he could take his time, and Ian Botham proving him wrong. New batsman is Salim Youssef, the wicketkeeper. Well, that's Pakistan's highest ever score against England, beating the previous 608 for 7 at Birmingham in 1971.
Ray's having a little chuckle here because his name's no longer in the record books as being captain of the England side.
I think you can be certain, though, it's one record Mike Gatting didn't really want. 616 for 6, with 6 more runs added up to the close of play. Ijaz Ahmed hasn't hit too many in the centre of the bat, but remember Salim Malik didn't yesterday either, and he went on to a century today, making 102 in all. Salim Youssef is there, and he batted well at Edgbaston, and Wasim Akram, we know, is a very good hard-hitting all-rounder. There might be some fun for the spectators if he gets cracking tomorrow, with Pakistan already with 616 on the board. The bowling figures for England, they don't make pretty reading at all. 2 for 127 for Dilly, who worked hard today and had no good fortune at all, eventually getting JAVED MIANDAD in the most extraordinary circumstances, where he came off his short run just as a preface to going off the field. 3 for 180 for both of them, and I thought he bowled very well. What a good trier he is, and that run out of the opposing skipper Imran Khan shows just why he's been a world-class cricketer for so long. John Embry, none for 125, and Phil Edmonds, none for 97. Disappointing. Morgan is the substitute.